You know, guys, sometimes in the morning when I'm doing my handicapping, I'm just so wrapped up in handicapping the card, getting my personal site live, that I don't really look to see what other handicappers are doing until the time comes to find who's going to be the discounted promotions for the day. So I was a little dismayed when I saw yesterday that Gabriel DuPont, who had won 7 straight days, who had just been absolutely deadly with his major wager releases, had his biggest baseball play of the season, a 6 straight 80-dime winner on the Chicago Cubs. Why was I dismayed? Because I was on the Chicago Cubs. And trust me, guys, as you know, I haven't had 7 winners in the last 3 weeks, I don't think. And I thought, did I put the jinx on Gabe yesterday? Thankfully, John Lester and the Cubs delivered 4-1 win. I made a little money. He made a hell of a lot more money for you guys. And he's been making money for you guys for the past week at huge discounted prices. And when I saw today that not only was he going for winning day number 21 out of 27, but he had his 80-dime winner number 7 in a row on the Clippers Rockets, well, you better believe I was going to make that the half price play of the day, because it goes with my philosophy, guys. I mean, a lot of people probably in this industry probably think I'm crazy giving you the hottest handicapper daily at the biggest discounted prices. But again, I've just never believed that you have to spend big money to make big money in this thing that we do called gambling. So 80-dime winner number 7 in a row, Clippers and Rockets. Decide you get it for half price by using coupon code HALF, HALF. Now that should be a familiar coupon code, because it was the same one used yesterday, get the 80-dime winner on the Cubs over the Pirates. The same one used for his 80-dime winner on the Hawks outright on the road at Washington on Friday night. Same one used for Thursday's 80-dime winner on the Cavaliers in the double-digit road blowout of Chicago on Thursday night. Same one used for his 100-dime winner on the Warriors in the road win at Memphis in game number 6 on Wednesday night. And this 80-dime play is just as strong as his winner on the Bulls against the Cavaliers last Sunday. Again, $10 bettors following Gabe in all sports since Thanksgiving have won over $20,000. Half price play of the day. Once again, that coupon code HALF. Also today, Anthony Red, NBA total winner, number 12 out of 16. His 80-dime Western Semis total of the year, Clippers Rockets, over-under play. Bigger than his 50-dime winner in the NBA, number 16 out of 21 with the Hawks in Game 6 on Friday. Twice as strong as Thursday's 40-dime total winner, which you got for just $5 on the Cavs Bulls under. And it matches yesterday's 80-dime winner that you got on the Padres Nationals under for $7.77. Today saved $90, which means you get it for just $9 by using coupon code RED, REDD, and the number 9, RED9. Put it all together, and that saves you $90. FYI, just wanted to give you a little heads up here. Brad Wilton, who was seeking his 50-dime playoff winner number 13 out of 17, and has been deadly. I mean, absolutely deadly with his picks, total picks here in the postseason. And of course, it was just 2 days ago on Friday that you got his big 100-dime winner, his second-round game of the year with, who was it? It was the Warriors at Memphis. As he's 2-0 with his playoff 100-dime plays, and you got it for like $29, I think, that night. Listen, he is on the opposite side of that total, the opposite over-under release as Anthony Red. So I just want to throw that out there. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Clippers-Rockets game here today. You know, I spent many years as a reporter, and I started actually covering the NBA. And it was really funny because, you know, I was an NBA fan as a kid. I mean, you're growing up in Philadelphia, you know. Well, actually, growing up in Philadelphia, the Sixers sucked when I was a kid, to be quite honest with you. But then eventually they got Julius Erving and these other guys. And, you know, they eventually did win a championship thanks to Moses Malone in '83. But the thing is, you know, I started in the NBA. And the one thing that really always impressed me in going into the locker room after games is seeing the reaction to teams in specific situations. And how they handled adversity, the mental and the emotional mindset. And let me tell you something, you know, you can lose a game where you get absolutely drubbed. I mean, a wire-to-wire blowout, okay? You can lose a game where the opponent hits that last-second shot to beat you, right? Those are two type of losses, but without a doubt, the worst type of loss for a team to suffer, especially in the NBA, is when you've got a giant lead, you think you've got this game in the bank, and you fritter it all away, and somehow, some way, an opponent comes into your building and walks off with the win. And that's the situation the LA Clippers find themselves in. After the Clippers blew that 19-point lead, after getting outscored 40-15 at home in game number 6 a couple of nights ago by the Rockets in the fourth quarter, 40-15 by the Rockets, and that was with James Harden on the bench, FYI. I said to you, what does Doc Rivers say to his team afterwards? Let's go get him. Hey, we got to go back to Houston now for game number 7. Now, true, this is a Clippers team that really proved something to me and showed me some moxie and showed me some resolve when they matched the San Antonio Spurs in what I thought was one of the best game 7s that I've ever seen in any playoff series in the NBA. In the first round series where they matched them bucket for bucket, and it was just one of the most exciting fourth quarters maybe I've ever seen in any NBA game. So they showed me something there, a game that really tested their mettle. But then you collapse at home in game number 6. You saw, if you watched the game on TV, end of the third quarter, early in the fourth, they're celebrating. They're thinking, hey, we got it. We're going to wait to see who's going to win Golden State Memphis. We got this one in the bag. And then their dreams are shattered. Best thing the Rockets did probably was actually putting Harden on the bench. Listen, he's a ball hog. The entire offense runs through him. He's not a guy that gets anybody else involved in the offense, and that's been one of the problems throughout this series. When you're a Houston team that doesn't play any defense, you got to get a lot of offensive production. Now, granted, Harden, when he takes his 25 to 30 shots and he gets, to the line 12, 15 times each game, that's the reason that he is going to score so many points. But often you'll find that maybe other than Dwight Howard, who's doing some dirty work on the boards and picking some easy buckets, very rarely do you see anybody else get involved. But you saw how crisp the ball movement was for the Rockets when they had the likes of Josh Smith and Corey Brewer leading them in that fourth quarter comeback with Harden on the bench. Now listen, you're not going to see the bench guys coming and playing extensive minutes today unless necessary, right? So Harden, you've got to expect to come back with a big game here. But again, what's the Clippers' mindset coming into this game? Oh, geez, guys, we knew we had this game won and then we blew it. Blake Griffin has been unstoppable. Chris Paul, probably the only guy that looked like he wanted the ball in game number 6, right? You've got a Clippers team with high expectations after knocking off the defending champions in the first round. They have all the pressure on the world on their shoulders. Rockets, they're playing with house money. They're playing at home in a series that everybody thought was over after 3 quarters a couple of nights ago. There's no pressure on them. And they've got guys that aren't afraid to take a shot. Really, if you look at the Rockets in that Game 6 disaster, who wanted the ball? Who wanted to take the shot in the fourth quarter? The Rockets? They'll launch the ball up from anywhere. The Clippers are still the better team. The Rockets play no defense. Clippers have no bench. Rockets have a steady, productive bench, okay? Which way do you go in this series? That's why I use baseball as my best bet today. Listen, I think this is going to be a fascinating game to watch. I can see and certainly make an argument for either team here today. But at the end of the day, I got to go with the home team. I've got to go with the Rockets because I really believe that momentum has shifted back to their floor, their court, literally and figuratively. I've got to believe that Harden just comes out today and puts a thumping on the Clippers because this is it for him, right? I just think the Rockets are the way to go because, again, I just don't see how the Clippers recover from that Game 6 debacle at home. Now, in baseball today, I have a complimentary play. I'm going to go with the LA Angels and Garrett Richards at Baltimore against a rookie making his major league debut, Mike Wright. Angels are like $1.25. I'm sure they're going to go up to $1.30 here in this one. Wright is a 6'6" right-hander who's making the start today because Bud Norris is out with bronchitis. He was 3-0 with a 2.64 earned run average in 6 starts at AAA Norfolk for the Orioles with 30 strikeouts and 30.2 innings of work. But let's talk about Garrett Richards. He was having a phenomenal season a year ago, and then he had that knee injury. First start this season, But since then, 3-0 with a 1.69 earned run average in his last 4 starts. Carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning last Sunday against a hot-hitting Houston team. I like the way the Angels are playing. They're not scoring a lot of runs, but they may not need a lot today with Richards on the hill. They've won 5 in a row, 8 of the past 10. They took the first 2 games of this series, 6-1, 3-1. Orioles have lost 8 of their last 11. Only had 3 hits yesterday. They're only batting .218 in that 11-game stretch, averaging 3 runs a game. So I'm going to go with the Angels as a slight road favorite as your other complimentary play today to go along with the Houston Rockets. Best of luck to you, everybody, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.